Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it today. Today I wanted to talk to you about what happens if you miss your examination with the VA. What's the rules for the VA? What are they supposed to do? And how does it affect you? There's some really good information here, and it's important to understand it and know it. There's 1,000 different reasons you could end up missing an exam. One, you could just be stubborn and feel as though you shouldn't have to be re-examined. Probably not the best move. You could miss something in the mail. There's all kinds of different things. Your calendar, your computer could have died on you and you forgot. Who knows, right? So it's important to understand what the consequences are and what the VA will do potentially. So with that, please hit the thumbs up for me, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. It really, really, really helps. And I'm depending on you to do that to help push this word to more of us. All right, let's jump into it. So under the Code of Federal Regulations at 3.655, failure to report for Department of Veterans Affairs examination. Okay, so general is just kind of probably an overview. Let's read that real quick. When entitlement or continued entitlement to a benefit cannot be established or confirmed without a current VA examination or re-examination, and a claimant without good cause fails to report for such examination or re-examination, action shall be taken in accordance with paragraph B or C of this section as appropriate. Examples of good cause include, but are not limited to, the illness or hospitalization of the claimant, death of an immediate family member, etc. For purposes of this section, the terms examination and re-examination include periods of hospital observation when required by VA. Section B, original or supplemental claim or claim for increase. When a claimant fails to report for an examination scheduled in conjunction with an original compensation claim, the claim shall be rated based on the evidence of record. When the examination was scheduled in conjunction with any other original claim, a supplemental claim for a benefit which was previously disallowed, or a claim for increase, the claim shall be denied. Very important, right? You're not dead in the water, right? But now you're starting all the way over from scratch and it becomes a nightmare. And, VA is probably a little bit irritated with you, and there may be some sort of a notation in the file, right? That, this person doesn't make their exams. So I'm going to read the last part again. When the examination was scheduled in conjunction with any other original claim, a supplemental claim for benefit which was previously disallowed, or a claim for increase, the claim shall be denied. So you don't want that to happen. Number C, or letter C, running award. When a claimant fails to report for a re-examination and the issue is continuing entitlement, VA shall issue a pre-termination notice advising the payee that payment for the disability or disabilities for which the re-examination was scheduled will be discontinued, or if a minimum evaluation is established in Part 4 of this title, or there is evaluation protected under 3.951B of this part, reduced to a lower evaluation. So you could just get reduced to a lower eval, right? So you could move from a 60 to a 10, if that's the case. Let's say it was GERD, right? So if it was GERD and you were at 60, they could just reduce you to 10 if you don't show up. Such notice shall also include the prospective date of discontinuance. So that's the other worst case, right? So the worst case is you could just, if you don't have any protections, they could just sever it. Discontinuance or reduction. The reason, therefore, and the statement of the claimant's procedural and appellate rights, so that's all the stuff that's going to go out to you in mail, The claimant shall be allowed 60 days. So you got 60 days, but let's say you have a mail problem, right? I mean, this is definitely not a road you want to go down. 60 days to indicate his or her willingness to report for a re-examination or to present evidence that payment for the disability or disabilities for which the re-examination was scheduled should not be discontinued or reduced. So in other words, to communicate with the VA, right? So the VA is then saying, hey, look, here's a notification. We are planning to either discontinue or reduce your rating that you did not show up for the examination for, and we're going to do that on this date. But in the meantime, you got 60 days to tell us why we shouldn't do it. In other words, hey, look, I don't know how it happened. I missed the exam. Please let me get to an exam. I'll get to it. I promise. Whatever. My computer died. My dog died. Whatever it is. And let them know. So you'll get 60 days for that. If there is no response within 60 days, or if the evidence submitted does not establish continued entitlement, payment for such disability or disabilities shall be discontinued or reduced as the date indicated on the pre-termination notice or the date of the last payment, whichever is later. So if you're just sending them some paperwork and crossing your fingers, you might be better off if you actually go in person. If number 3 here, we're almost done. We've got 3 and 4. So number 3, if notice is received that the claimant is willing to report for a re-examination before payment has been discontinued or reduced, action to adjust payment shall be deferred. In other words, they'll hold off, right? The re-examination shall be rescheduled and the claimant notified that failure to report for the rescheduled examination shall be cause for immediate discontinuance or reduction of payment. So you get one more shot. If you screw this one up, there's no waiting 60 days. They're just going to stop it right then. When the claimant fails to report for such rescheduled examination, payment shall be reduced or discontinued as of the date of the last payment and shall not be further adjusted until VA examination has been conducted and the report reviewed. Last one here is number 4. If within 30 days of a pre-termination notice issued under paragraph C1 of this section, the claimant requests a hearing, so you have 30 days, and it'll say it in the paperwork, right? So you'll get the paperwork, and it'll say you have 60 days for this, and you have 30 days for this. So if within 30 days the claimant requests a hearing, action to adjust payment shall be deferred as set forth in 3.105I1 of this part. If a hearing is requested more than 30 days after such pre-termination notice, but before the proposed date of discontinuance of reduction, a hearing shall be scheduled, but payment shall nevertheless be discontinued or reduced as of the date proposed in the pre-termination notice or date of the last payment, whichever is later, unless information is presented which warrants a different determination. When the claimant has also expressed willingness to report for an examination, however, the provisions of paragraph C3 of this section shall apply. Look, the biggest thing out of all this is as soon as you receive, if you miss an examination and you receive this information in the mail, act on it as soon as possible. If you do it within 30 days, they will defer their actions to reduce or discontinue your payment and allow you to be able to, combat it, really. So very, very important information. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end it there. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you. Hit the thumbs up for me. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.